Right now at noon, an update to the status of a bald eagle that was shot in Milwaukee County as investigators look for the person responsible. Also, two families come together to remember a mother and a daughter after they were found dead in a lake last week. Good afternoon and welcome to News 3 Now at noon. I'm Shane Hogan. Thanks for joining us. The former owner of the WISC Veterinary Clinic is being charged with six counts of intentionally mistreating animals. According to court records, WISC police were contacted in July about reports that Dr. Wesley Arnett had kicked and struck animals in his care several times at the clinic. Dr. Arnett's LinkedIn page says he owned the clinic since 2007, but a Facebook post from the WISC Veterinary Clinic said the hospital is under new ownership and he is no longer a member of the hospital. A bald eagle that was shot last week in Milwaukee County has died. The bird was found in Franklin with a gunshot wound and other injuries. According to the Wisconsin Humane Society, the eagle survived an initial surgery last Thursday, but went into cardiac arrest during another surgery Monday night. The DNR is asking anyone with information on who may have shot the eagle to call their tip line. More than 100 animals in Milwaukee are looking for a permanent home after they were removed from a home with unsafe living conditions. The animals range from dogs to birds to even an alligator you see right there. Right now, the city's district's attorney is reviewing potential charges. Karen Sparapani is Milwaukee's humane officer. She says the living conditions were poor, and they even found some dead animals at the home as well. She shared a closer look at the parrots, a goat, alligators, dogs, and more that were seized.
You understand your home is not a great place for large quantities of animals. It just isn't.
Milwaukee police took a 46-year-old man into custody. No word yet on his identity or how he managed to collect all those different animals. In Green Bay, a 19-year-old is appealing his conviction for the April 2018 homicide of an 18-year-old. Damian Hausholtz was 14 years old when he pleaded guilty to supervising Ethan Hausholtz, who was beaten, then forced to carry a 44-pound log, then buried in the snow before he died. His mother is serving 5 years for playing a role in the death, and his stepfather is awaiting trial for ordering the mistreatment. The appeal argues that Hausholtz was never read his Miranda rights during 3 separate police interviews, and that information should not have been allowed in the trial. Another court hearing this week for one of the 3 people accused in a kidnapping turned murder that spanned Madison all the way to Columbia County. All 3 defendants, 28-year-old Jesse Freiberg, 38-year-old Laura Johnson, and 21-year-old Jakenya Patty, all charged with intentional homicide as a party to a crime. Freiberg was in court yesterday. Now Johnson is facing a competency hearing today. A criminal complaint details this pretty gruesome crime, all in an attempt to steal the victim's car. It alleges the 3 held the victim hostage with a box cutter at a house here in Madison. The 4 got into the victim's car and drove to Columbia County, where the victim tried to escape. The complaint says Freiberg pulled out a gun and shot him. The victim's body was found in Columbia County near Portage. The FBI is sharing hate crime statistics for last year, and according to those new stats, nearly 9,000 people were victims of an alleged hate crime in 2021. However, that number is likely much higher in reality because 35% of law enforcement agencies failed to report. Last year was the first time hate crimes were reported entirely through the federal incident-based reporting system. And the FBI says the number of law enforcement agencies reporting hate crimes data has decreased dramatically since the transition. Now let's head over to the Weather Center where Josh Sprider has a look at your first warned weather. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Shane. Good afternoon. We're tracking those changes coming into southern Wisconsin right now. Look at Doppler track at this hour. Starting to see some of that action moving into southern Wisconsin. If you're in the extreme southwestern corner of Wisconsin right now, you might see a few flakes flying. Later on today, that's going to turn to mainly rain. A look at your current watches and warnings right now. We have a winter weather advisory and winter storm watch on parts of northern Wisconsin. To the west, we've got winter storm warnings. They're There was an ice storm warning a little bit earlier today in parts of Minnesota, and then that blizzard warning to points to the west. That ice storm warning, you can see within the last hour, they've actually had some icing problems in northwestern Iowa, southwestern Minnesota. Luckily, we're on the warm side of the system, so we shouldn't have to deal with anything there. Live look from the WISC-TV sky cam out there shows more clouds here Tuesday. We're used to this by now over the last week. Right now, 36 degrees in Madison will be warming up. Just a couple of more degrees for your highs this afternoon. Across the 608 right now, a little bit warmer to the south, 37 degrees in Janesville. More 36s up to the north, Wisconsin Dells and Camp Douglas at 36. As we plan your day right now, again, just a couple of more degrees. We're staying pretty steady as far as those temperatures go, but we are watching that storm system moving into southern Wisconsin. Southwestern Wisconsin will see it move in here within the next few hours, and then overnight here in Madison is when we'll start to see this. We're going to time it all out for you coming up here in just a little bit. Shane, rain and snow on the way.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on that. Thank you, Josh. A heartbroken family is coming together to say goodbye to a mother and her 7-year-old daughter. They were found dead in a car submerged in a north side Milwaukee lake last week. Michelle Fiore has more.
We're going to do the best that we can do to make sure both of them is put away together like they left us.
There are no harsh words, only sadness at the Northridge Lake Vigil, where two families are coming to grips with losing their 7-year-old beauty, Tyrielle Jefferson.
I know my nephew who's struggling.
Jefferson and her mother, Kalila Brister, were found dead in their car at the lake a day after police received a 911 call claiming Brister was suicidal.
Their daughter is threatening to drive into the lake. I'll head with 5-5 now to the lakefront.
Ain't nothing no one could have really done, because if it was able to be done, then God would have allowed it to be done.
Milwaukee police searched but did not locate the pair Wednesday.
And you know, my sister and they were all in cars trying to rescue her, and then, you know, the phone call stopped.
4 days later, Tyrielle's father and other mourners released dozens of helium-filled stars.
Gone too soon, Granny baby.
Watching them soar high above Northridge Lake.
Know that love is stronger than death.
Balloons, candles, and a cross now serving as a visual reminder at the scene at Brown Deer and 76th.
She was very smart, and she's going to be missed.
Questions remain. Why no Amber Alert? The sheriff's office says the initial call was transferred to another jurisdiction. The MCSO does have policies on public alerts implemented when we are the primary investigating agency.
Maybe they can fix that system where as soon as someone goes missing like that, they can right away get the description of the cars, and if we can prevent this from happening to somebody else.
The sheriff's office says the initial suicidal call was transferred to the North Shore 911 dispatch center. If you or someone else you know is struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, help is available. Just call 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's free and available 24/7 in both English and Spanish. The Madison Planning Commission unanimously approving a new complete green streets guide to use while building new streets. The new policies shift priorities for infrastructure to be more inclusive for all travelers, not just those with a car. Each street design will be different in that it will consider the specific context of the community, neighborhood, and street, but all under one canopy plan of safety, equity, reliability when traveling around Madison.
So what the complete green streets does is it kind of it moves away from these arterial collector classifications into not how many cars can we move, but how many people can we move, and how are the different ways we can move them.
The other part of this plan is to shift median landscape design to a medium or high priority, pushing developers to consider foliage when designing roads. This morning, the Badger Hawkeye Red Cross in West Madison paid tribute to a former donor and volunteer. Brad Morter made it his lifelong commitment to donate blood after donating for a coworker who was battling cancer. Brad died unexpectedly last year, but his family and friends joined the Red Cross to honor him with a stained glass window. The number in the window represents the incredible 108 gallons of blood Brad donated over the course of his life.
It's amazing. It's amazing because again, the impact that Brad made every single day with his donations himself, and then the selflessness of giving back to his community, to making sure that there's an adequate blood supply by either donating himself or even driving. So he made such an impact, and that's why we're here today to honor him for the great work that he did.
If you would like to donate blood or volunteer with the Red Cross, you can visit redcross.org. Well, there's much more to come here on News 3 Now at noon. Why the former CEO of a collapsed cryptocurrency platform is now facing charges, coming up in the Money Watch report.
Your home for the holidays at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Add color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday! Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Sometimes a cough isn't just a cough, so it's better to be prepared. Keeping Binax Now handy makes it easy to test, and self-test kits may be reimbursable with no copay through your health plan. With Binax Now, you'll have reliable results in 15 minutes with the self-test that features the same technology doctors use and detects multiple variants, including Omicron BA.5. So you can always be prepared with Binax Now, the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Dress up your home for the holidays at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Add color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
A U.S. official confirms to CBS that Sam Bankman-Fried, the disgraced former CEO of the collapsed cryptocurrency platform FTX, was arrested Monday in the Bahamas at the request of the U.S. government. At the time, charges brought by the Southern District of New York were sealed. Federal lawmakers expressed disappointment that Bankman-Fried's arrest prevents him from testifying today before a House panel as part of a pre-planned congressional probe into the company's multi-billion-dollar collapse. Also today, the U.S. Energy Department is expected to announce a major scientific breakthrough on nuclear energy. The Financial Times reported Sunday that for the first time, scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California had achieved a net energy gain from an experimental fusion reactor. Scientists say it's a major step in the pursuit of limitless zero-carbon power. And the U.S. Supreme Court has refused a request from tobacco companies to stop California from enforcing a ban on flavored tobacco products. Californians overwhelmingly voted in favor of the ban last month in an effort to stop the rise in teen smoking. The ban will take effect December 21st. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. In Washington, I'm Serena Marshall.
At the noon hour, the Dow is down 39 points, NASDAQ up 43, and the S&P 500 is up 16 points. Coming up next, Pam shares today's ag prices, and Josh has the latest forecast. Then today on Live at 4, the Energy Department announces a game changer for energy production. UW engineering professor Stephanie Dime explains nuclear fusion today at 4.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off, and as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
What a gift it is to have Regina Hall in my house. You just had a birthday.
They just keep coming.
Guess I'm happy I'm not dead. And singer-songwriter Russell Dickerson.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You've seen those cozy mittens at local stores. Tomorrow, learn the mission behind Remitts. Plus, answer our question of the day, and you could win Harlem Globetrotters tickets.
And the rain and snow is moving into southern Wisconsin. We're timing out the impact from 4:30 to 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back. Time to check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Hey, Pam.
Hey, Shane. Yeah, we've got a lot of different things that are happening in the markets and around the markets. I want to start off with some special congratulations to a young lady that's down in Monroe and Greene County. Her name is Madison Katzenberger, and she was named the National Hereford Queen. Congratulations to her. She's already been pretty busy attending some of our national livestock shows down in Louisville as well as out in Reno, Nevada. And it's a family affair. The Katzenberger family has been involved with the Hereford breed for quite a little while, taking home a lot of accolades from the Wisconsin State Fair this last year, and also recipient of the Harvey Swartz Herdsman Award for beef exhibitors. So, like I said, congratulations to Madison. We'll be catching up with her in the new calendar year, find out how that National Hereford Queen title is treating her. We're also keeping an eye on what's going on in Washington, D.C. Right now, it might be a lame duck session, but there's still plenty of things that are on the minds of Wisconsin farmer and agriculturalists across the United States, including 2023 Farm Bill. I was talking with Congressman Tom Tiffany from central Wisconsin, and he said, you know, just because Wisconsin doesn't have senators or representatives right now that are on the agriculture committees out in Washington, D.C., doesn't mean our voice isn't heard. He reminded me that Senator Tammy Baldwin is chair of the Senate Appropriations Subcommittee on Agriculture, and Mark Pocan, third-ranking Dem on the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Agriculture. 2023 Farm Bill discussion is already underway. All right, let's talk about what's happening in the marketplace. Soybeans today are up double digits on the midday. Keep an eye on what's going on with weather patterns in Brazil and Argentina, especially Argentina. Right now, they're off to a drought-like start, and that's got the market's attention for sure, and that's been really a motivating factor in our soybean prices. On today's dairy trade, barrel cheese on Tuesday down a penny to $1.86. 40-pound block cheese up a penny and a quarter at $2.07 1/4. Double A butter rallying back, gaining back 7 cents today. We're at $2.77 a pound to wrap her up for today's trade. But it's not just our weather that people are paying attention to, Shane. They're also keeping an eye on what's happening in South America. That's another big grower of our commodities. So I'll keep an eye on what's happening right here in our backyard.
All right, Pam Yankee, keeping us informed. Thank you as always, Pam.
Yep.
Today's cars are safer than ever, but many SUVs get a poor rating when it comes to protecting passengers in the backseat. Jared Hill shows us why.
For 25 years, crash tests conducted by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety focused on how well vehicles protect people in the front seat. Now those tests include passengers in the back.
We're measuring the likelihood of injury to that rear passenger that's now seated right behind the driver.
IIHS President David Harden says in this analysis, small SUVs hit a barrier at 40 miles per hour with an adult-sized dummy in the front and a dummy about the size of a 12-year-old in the back. All of the vehicles tested received high marks for preventing injuries to the driver, but when the rear passenger was factored in,
only 2 of the vehicles got a good rating, and 9 of the vehicles got a poor rating.
The Volvo XC40 and Ford Escape are the 2 that earned a good overall grade. Compare this crash to another vehicle that received a poor rating. The head turned violently before slamming into the seat. In another SUV, the head actually goes under the airbag and hits the door. Seat belts are a big reason why. In the front seat, vehicles have belts with a tension system that mitigates the force of the crash. The 9 SUVs rated poor did not have those same belts in the back seat.
Adding this kind of technology in the rear seat could certainly reduce the likelihood of you being severely injured or killed when riding in the rear of the vehicle.
Harkey says automakers are aware of the findings and some are already making changes to help keep everyone in the car safe. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
All right, let's send things over to Josh with your certified most accurate weather. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Shane. Good afternoon. A lot to break down here. Let's start with the 3 things you need to know. Clouds for now. You're going to notice the winds today and tomorrow, and then we're talking about the rain and snow that will be affecting us here over the next couple of days. Right now, here are your current watches and warnings. For southern Wisconsin, we're not seeing anything as far as those bulletins here, but just to our north, that's where we're seeing a winter weather advisory, winter storm watch, the major system, winter storm warnings across much of Minnesota and the Dakotas, and then that is actually a blizzard warning affecting much of the plains here. So we're on the warm side of things, so things aren't going to look too terribly bad compared to what they're seeing out there. As we look right now at current radar, you can see this is why we're seeing this moisture really starting to move into the upper Midwest, and this is a huge system impacting millions of folks. Right now, we're just starting to see a little bit of that. There might be a couple of flurries in the southwestern corner of the state. If you're in the Mississippi River Valley, you might see a couple of those spotty flakes. The main moisture comes tonight. Here it comes right now, about after the evening commute. That's when we're really going to start to see this rain come in. Overnight is going to be very, very wet. Tomorrow we'll have a little bit of a lull before later on in the evening on Wednesday we start to see the rain and eventually snow coming in on Thursday. Let's time it out for you just a little bit more here so you can see exactly what you're going to see in your neighborhood. So this is why we are seeing so much rain. Look at these temperatures. We're going to be in the upper 30s to mid 40s as far as your temperatures go tomorrow. And then once that system comes through, after that rainfall, we're going to start to see that rain change to snow. There's the mix. This is Thursday morning, 7 o'clock. That's where we're starting to see a little bit of that snow moving into our neck of the woods as temperatures start to get to near 32 degrees. Then after that, Thursday and Friday is going to be mainly snow as that system really starts to wrap around whatever moisture is left, and that's when those temperatures stay below freezing the entire time, and that's why we're going to see a little bit of accumulation after all of that rain is said and done. It isn't until Sunday when things start to quiet down for us a little bit, but still remaining active. Here's your future track precipitation. To get a lot of moisture here, the latest model is actually backing off a little bit. Still going to see a lot of rainfall, and same goes with the snow. Right now we're at 1 to 2 inches as our estimated snowfall here in Madison. It was 2 to 4 earlier on today, so we'll continue to monitor that. There's your 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, staying mild over the next few days above average, and then after that snowfall we are really cooling things down, and we're going to be quite cold as we go into Christmas week. Shane, coming up next week we're going to be looking at highs in the teens, lows near 0, so Christmas is going to be coming in with a cold slap. We'll see how much snow we can get to maybe have a white Christmas. We'll be able to see later on this week.
That's obviously the silver lining, right, Josh? It's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, but hopefully some snow for Christmas.
We're trying.
All right, Josh, thank you very much. Well, hey, there's more to come here on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we're going to check in with Howard working on what's going on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today in the Test Kitchen, we'll show you how easy it is to create a tasty and beautiful Christmas tree that'll win you rave reviews.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for cash, as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Tiffany's daughter was struck in a hit-and-run accident.
We only had one opportunity to get this right.
She called Hupy and Abraham.
Hupy and Abraham knows how to get what your family definitely deserves.
Medical bills, pain, suffering, lost wages, all the money you may deserve. Call now. Your case is probably worth more than you've been told. Call 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham.
They really do mean business.
Enjoy a stress-free buying experience at Bergstrom Chevrolet. Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day lowest price protection guarantee and 7-day money-back guarantee. Choose a vehicle that's in stock, reserve one that's on the way, or order one just the way you want it, and never pay more than MSRP. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's largest Chevy dealer. Find new roads in a new Chevrolet. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Complete your home update at Menards. Morton Water Softeners help you enjoy the benefits of soft water with cleaner clothes and softer skin. Manage your water smarter with Morton's Look Ahead technology. It learns and predicts your water needs, saving you big money. Be sure to discover the Criterion advantages with our great selection of in-stock appliances. From dishwashers and refrigerators to washers and dryers. Save big money on all Criterion appliances at Menards.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe these guys will buy our house.
What could go wrong?
Like rookie homebuyers who don't have experience you can count on. We Buy Ugly Houses has been buying houses as is for almost 3 decades. Call or click to sell quick.
One of the things I love most about the holidays is seeing all the creative and tasty desserts that everyone comes up with. If you're looking for a perfect dessert to serve at your next party, or if you just need something sweet to share with a friend or coworker, then you're gonna love the decadent brownies that we're whipping up today. Just so you know, this looks special enough that it can double as a centerpiece. Here we have a box brownie mix that we baked in a 9x13 pan lined with foil. After it cooled, we popped it in the freezer for a few minutes to firm up. Now, we flip it out of the pan, remove the foil, and make 2 diagonal cuts starting at the top. This gets us our traditional Christmas tree shape. For the 2 side pieces, we place them together on a platter, like this, creating another brownie Christmas tree that's the exact same size. We frost this with some canned frosting that we dressed up by adding some mint extract and food coloring. Now, we place the other triangle on top, trim the edges, and frost the whole thing with the rest of the icing. After decorating our tree with all sorts of edible holiday candies and ornaments, it's ready to show off. Not only is it easy to make, but it makes you look like some fancy pastry chef. To get the recipe for our Christmas tree brownie, all you need to do is go online. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tremendously sweet way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Delicious? You love your chocolate.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 4.